Star Wars Starfighter just dropped massive news. Lucasfilm dropped the entire roster and it is absolutely stacked. We're going to cover everything today. The plot, the roster, the characters, how they're all going to fit into this supposed standalone Star Wars movie. And we're going to cover some new leaks and rumors as well. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Jimmy, your chaos. Do me a favor. Hit that hype button below the video. That's right. There is a new hype button, and you can hype up this video on this channel 3 times a week. It's completely free, and apparently we're on a leaderboard. So I know we have a community here. Let's see if we can shoot Chaos Cinema up the leaderboard each week. And remember, I read every single comment on every single video. So if you do hype it, let me know. Now, let's jump into Star Wars Starfighter, all the information that just dropped. So Lucasfilm drops not only the full cast list for Starfighter, but also a first look on set photo. And it's a big deal. The headline cast includes Ryan Gosling, of course, in his first Star Wars role, alongside newcomers Flynn Gray, Matt Smith, Mia Goth, Aaron Pierce, Simon Bird, Jamal Westman, Daniel Ings, and Amy freaking Adams. Now, in the lone first look image, Gosling's character sits on a dusty land speeder with young Flynn Gray, and a shot that immediately has people asking, who are these characters and what are they doing out in the desert? The rumors are suggesting, we talked about this on the last video, that Gosling is going to be playing this kid's uncle, and that they're on the run from some mysterious villain duo. But, spoiler alert, we'll talk about what we actually know and think about that later on in the video. To suffice to say, the official news alone is big. Starfighter is confirmed as a brand new standalone adventure, set in a period of time never before explored. It's slated for May 28th, 2027. Now, the cast in the first look. The official scoop first. Lucasfilm, StarWars.com announced that Starfighter had begun production in the UK. Ryan Gosling leading the new adventure, and the press release confirms the full main cast. You've got Ryan, Flynn, Matt, Mia, Aaron, Simon, Jamal, Daniel, Amy. That's a really good roster. And the list alone is huge, not least because it includes Amy Adams, once again, 6-time Oscar nominee, and Mia Goth, which were a surprise to many. Lucasfilm noted that Starfighter will be released theatrically in 2027, calls it an all-new standalone adventure set in a time period that we really haven't explored. So it's not Episode X or anything like that. This is a fresh corner of the galaxy and the timeline. And that black and white photo, which you're seeing on the screen, it's the first official image. Shows Gosling's character in a desert locale with young Flynn Gray seated on what looks very much like a land speeder. Now, details that have sparked endless debate so far. If you notice, Gosling is wearing a coat that vaguely recalls a pilot or an officer, maybe hinting he might be a Starfighter pilot or some kind of trooper, or maybe he used to work for the Empire. The setting seems remote. Honestly, who knows? Story beats on a new planet, new frontier world, but Lucasfilm has given away basically nothing beyond new story, new era. Of course, we're going to speculate with what we have. Now, spoiler alert, we've got some plot theories and leaks out there. These points come from leaks and fan theories. Take them with a grain of salt, but I don't want to ruin anything if any of them end up being true. The official timeline placement is that Starfighter begins roughly 5 years after the rise of Skywalker. That's far enough after that episode, in theory, where Rey could be training a new Jedi Order. The New Republic is running things, the First Order is long gone, but beyond that, Lucasfilm has only said it's not a prequel, it's not a sequel, it's a new adventure with new faces. And we've done a video talking about Rey's movie, and we know there's probably going to be remnants of the Empire. There's always remnants of the Empire, and Rey is rebuilding the Jedi Academy. Somebody's always rebuilding, but we'll talk about that another day. What about this story? Well, insider Daniel RPK claims the film will follow a 15-year-old boy on a mission with his uncle, Ryan, as they're being pursued by a duo of villains, Matt and Mia. In other words, Gosling's character is reportedly a guardian figure, and the rumor says uncle, and escorting a teenage boy, and we've seen that boy, Flynn Gray's role in the photo, although he doesn't look 15. Now that tracks with another hint in the credits write-up. They describe Gray's casting as a major one and note that Amy Adams might be playing the boy's mother. They phrased it, presumably being played by Amy Adams. So if Adams really is the mother, then Gosling's character could indeed be the boy's uncle or older brother taking care of him. That would make Amy his sister. They would have that brother-sister kind of duo thing going on, which I think those two together would be awesome. Either way, the leaked outline is giving it big Star Wars vibes of a young sidekick plus a rebel mentor. It's kind of reminiscent of The Mandalorian or even classic Luke and Leia dynamics, just with new characters. And I want to stress here, none of this is confirmed by Lucasfilm. All we know officially is the setting, and it's post-episode 9, and the cast. But if true, key plot points might include a protective journey, young protagonist learning to be brave, crucially, trying to stay away from two mysterious villains on their tail. Keep in mind, that's what we're going to talk about here in a second. The bad guys, the villain. I mean, they picked two really, really good ones. Are they going to be Sith? Is it going to be a master and apprentice? We don't know. Now, let's lock in here. The confirmed antagonists so far, Matt Smith, Mia Goth, both are explicitly described as on board as villains. That implies a male-female villain combo. It matches the leak's duo of villains. What kind of villains are they? I don't know. Some early fan poster saying, and even a sketchy draft rumor, that thought Smith might be playing a new Sith Lord, even a young Palpatine type. But the insider scoop that reporter Jeff Snyder said exactly the opposite. Matt Smith's character is reportedly not Force sensitive at all, but rather a military general. In his newsletter, Snyder wrote, "The Force won't be with Smith, who is playing some kind of military general in the film." So maybe picture this. An ex-First Order Imperial officer turned mercenary or governor, still villainous, but not wielding lightsabers. Now let's turn the direction to Mia Goth's character. Even more mysterious. Lucasfilm just calls her a villain too, but nothing about her abilities is known. Snyder suggests we wouldn't be surprised at all if the Force doesn't come into play at all, implying Goth's role might also be non-Force based. Some fans are saying she could be a hired assassin, crime boss, maybe even a fallen Jedi, though that seems less likely if Smith isn't Force tied in the title Starfighter. Hence, the story involves around starship combat. Perhaps one villain commands a fighter squadron, the other's an on-ground marauder. I don't know. For now, all we can say is Smith and Goth are villain leads. And as more filming info leaks, we'll find out more about their characters and backstory. And I know some of you are automatically thinking, come on, can't have villains that don't have some tie to the Force, the dark side. Well, you could. If it's own standalone story and they don't want to go down that trope again, you definitely could. Then again, Mia and Matt, they would make an awesome Sith duo, I'm just saying. Now the bigger picture. How does it fit into the Star Wars universe? It's clearly after the Skywalker saga. The press release and news says it's 5 years post Rise of Skywalker, places it around 35 or 40 BBY before the Battle of Yavin, for those that don't know that. And that means Rey just finished defeating Palpatine, presumably building her Jedi Academy, and the New Republic is rebuilding the galaxy once again for the 42nd time, and most familiar characters have concluded their stories. Starfighter is explicitly described as a standalone adventure outside the main episodic saga, so it doesn't directly connect with Rey of the Skywalkers. Think Rogue One or Solo, new heroes, same Star Wars cosmos, but then again, they could subtly connect. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. There's no talk about legacy cameos, but you know it's Star Wars. They'll have them. No crossovers, but you know they're going to be there. Some people are wondering if Rey or even Lando might pop up, maybe training at that timeline, but nothing official. Given Snyder's note about Starfighter's title, another theory is that Gosling's character works for whatever remains of the Resistance or the New Republic. Maybe he is a Starfighter pilot. Maybe it's on the nose, and he's carrying on a warfighter tradition. And if so, that would tie him loosely to the original saga's fight. The First Order's gone, but space conflicts could remain against other threats, Mia and Matt. We'll see. I don't know. It could go either way with here. But regardless how it goes, it's exciting. Let me know what you guys think. I'll keep you covered if anything new comes. Remember, I read every single comment on every single video. I'll see you soon.